Okie doke. So I wrote down what I'm going to do for the Ninth and the 5th Armies here. And I guess I'm going to try it on no magnification just due to the fact that I have to start also, yeah, I'm talking about like, a bit more of the bigger picture, not just like right zoomed right in here. Um, hmm. One thing that's, I guess, when I started looking at the movements and everything, I'm just cluing in now, like how much damage each side has been doing. Um, Even though, like, for example, you look here, it's like, oh, wow, like battle group 5, 12, 8, 6. Remember, I'm just, these are make-believe things. I mean, there's no such things as battle groups in Der Weltkrieg. It's just I'm using them as force markers. It's just my version of a force marker is not his version of a core marker. So, but anyways, like for example, I think is it here that's on paper is 4 infantry divisions, total strength points 4. It's just like holy smokes. And anyways, when I start moving around the units, you'll start, or at least it'll start making sense of how really decimated the troops have become. Thankfully, there was some recombination here that was done last turn. Um, the 7th Infantry Division have now been brought up to full strength, and way off to the side here, you can't see it, but at hex 4804, there's not a lot, but a 2-3 replacement infantry division is arriving by rail. I guess I could have sent them off to the Third Army, but I think they received some replacement units last turn, and these guys need it badly anyways, and I can get them over there no problem at all. So actually, I'll write that down. It's interesting that as I've been writing down the movements for each army. I do it independent. I'm like, okay, now I go to the Second Army and so on and so forth. But because these guys, the past few turns, once the Ninth Army arrived, because they kind of took place of the Fourth Army, which, went off into Wonderland extremely early in the game. These guys have been in concert for so much that the past few turns, I'm just like writing down Ninth and Fifth Army. It's just because they're, in concert so much. And now, yet again, it's going to happen because I'm actually going to transfer the command of the 7th Division over to the Ninth Army. The reason being is I'll talk about it now, I guess. A combination of the fact that in total, these guys only have 4 supply points for the entire month, and their units are decimated. I'm just taking a sip of tea here. There's going to be no broad attacks anymore. The way to look at it for the Russians is I'm now trying to be extremely focused. It's got to be like a very specific, very concentrated attack. And so now I'm starting to think, yet again, kind of like what I'm doing with the Third Army over there, is now I'll try to take this bridge here between hex 2706 and 2707. So that's what I'm going to start trying to focus on. And the rest, so basically the 5th Army is just going to try to hold the line. Well, we're going to push up a bit. Might as well. What am I doing? We're over here. Good God. Yeah, push up over here against the Austrian 4th. And like I said, shift the weight of the attack onto the Ninth. So the Ninth is going to be primary. Yeah, that's what they're going to be focused on, is trying to hear. And I guess overall, what I'm trying to do is, the Russians is obviously secure this, grab the rail line, and yet again, in the overall scheme, is if there's a way of cutting off the rail lines here and cutting off the rail lines there, the Russians effectively have then sealed off Krakow and Przemyśl. You know what I mean? If they can do both, that's pretty darn good, man. For, by the end of this game, I'm like, holy smokes. Also, when I was looking up, trying to figure out of, whether or not any of this is turning out to be historical or not, because Krakow and well, certainly not Katowice and whatnot were never, Katowice was never occupied, and Krakow was never dealt with at this point in the war. Or I don't even know at all. I should go and reread. But when I was looking at my chronology book, by October 1st, I mean, Lemberg was gone long time ago. Przemyśl had now been surrounded. The Dukla Pass had been secured by the Russians, and they mentioned that cavalry raiders were zipping through, Hungary. So I'm like, well, oh yeah, that was one thing. It also allows me to start putting a bit more into context about like the German cavalry running like maniacs all the way through the Russian territory and so on and so forth. So yeah, I'm like, okay, this actually did happen where cavalry went way off into Wonderland. Anyway, so I don't know. I'm like, yeah, this is actually working out historically. It's just not, the specifics are not, bang on. So what? I mean, I made a lot of weird decisions, so that's why I'm looking at it. But hats off to Dave Schroeder, man. Like, this has just been, what a spectacular system. Just amazing. Well, extremely well thought out. Wow. Even like sometimes, like just to move certain things, I'm like, oh, son of a bee. Like just that one extra movement point if I had, I could do things, but nope. Anyways, so yeah. So here we go. So what I'm going to do, like Battle Group 12, like I was saying, is got 4 infantry divisions, total strength points of 4. It's just ridiculous. So I'm actually going to move them over to 9th into Lublin there, and I'm going to recombine all these sons of bees. Probably not going to be left. Certainly not going to have 4 infantry divisions left. I can tell you that much. But that's what's going to happen. So they're going up to there. And so not this turn, but next turn they'll be recombined. So they'll be out of action for quite some time. But in the grand scheme of things, what would that be? About, a couple of weeks. So, jeepers jumping, what do you expect? And then move Battle Group 8 from 2905 to 2806. So they're there to plug up the hole. Wait a minute, I can't move those guys. They're part of, no, they are. Okay, Battle Group 8 is at 6. I thought Battle Group 8 was part of Army Group 5. Hold on, because if that's the case, then I'm jumping the gun a bit here. So 9th Army Command had only 3. Yep, so I can't, that's right, I wanted to start doing some fiddly-biddly bits. No, I am moved over to 5th Army, so what the hell am I talking about? Move Battle Group, oh, that's right. I think I wanted to split up Battle Group 8 and like have some here and then some there, but then when I took a look at how pitiful they are as well, I was like, I can't do that. There's no one left really. So yeah, they're going to go over to 2806, okay, just to plug up the hole. And good on them in the sense that they've got, the woods this way, but of course those guys are good at it. But trust me, the Russians are not worried due to the fact that, the Austrians past 2 turns have either attacked or counterattacked unsupplied and have now withdrawn quite significantly. I mean, they were way the heck over here, man. Almost at the gates. So, okay, so those guys are done. And then transfer command to the 7th from the 5th Army to the 9th Army. Yeah, I originally was going to try to move them straight down to here, but the reality is this 4 strength point unit is a waste of time there if all I'm trying to do is hold a line and I'm trying to attack there. So they can't go anywhere here yet, but at least I can get them to that spot so I can get them ready for next turn. Anyways, this is going to take time. This is not something that's, and like I said, if they've only got 4 supply points between them for 7 turns, so it's not like they need to pull the trigger now. And yeah, so we'll see what happens. Break up Battle Group 6 at 3005 and send the 10th to 2906. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. I guess these guys had a little bit more strength points than Battle Group 8 or anybody else. So yeah, like the 10th Infantry Division here that's going over to here only has their, you know, they've been chopped in half. So at least I got something going on. And then move the 38th, which I guess are the remnants of Battle Group 6. So no, hold on. Move the 38. Oh, sorry, yes. And then move the 3rd and the 52nd. Okay. But because they have some wacky -1s and all this crazy nonsense, I'm just going to keep them as Battle Group 6, so I'll have to whatever, but it's all the same. Like I said, it's just a marker. Okay. And then my last little dude is sorry, second last guy is to move the 38th across the Virps River or whatever. And he's also in half strength. But yet again, like I said, I'm not worried about the Austrians attacking. It's going to take a long time, but at least I can try to, you know, move most of the strength points towards this spot. And then I'll move the army over to here. The headquarters over to here, and then maybe the 5th can take over in Lublin. Why not? It's no big deal. And that's it for these guys. I'll just, like I said, it's going to take some time. And yeah, that'll be that. All right.